Hey y'all, I'm not gonna be on here long. That's why I still got on my pajamas and I'm drinking my coffee this morning. But welcome to Wednesday Teacher Rant. And yes, I brought some notes. Listen, teachers, I'm here to tell you, you don't have a classroom management problem. You got boundary problems. And I'm only telling you this because I'm one of them. I'm the same way. And when I say you have boundary problems, sometimes you start off with a routine and a ritual, and as the year go, you say, "Oh well, we don't have to do." You let a little bit slip and a little bit slip, and that's what happens. Then that behavior get out of control. Then you gotta try to reel them back in. That's why you got to set your expectations and keep your expectations. Sometimes when I do my rituals and routines, it gets monotonous and boring, but children thrive from rituals and routines. And so, anytime you just think about it, whenever you have a fire drill, you know how hard it is to reel those kids because you have thrown them off their ritual and routine. Yes. So when I say you don't have classroom management problems, you have boundary problems. That means you need to hold fast to your boundaries. And then think about when children are doing something and you take it personal. Most of the time, that's a boundary. You think they cross your boundary. That's why I tell teachers not to have pet peeves because all of them gonna show up in your room. You can't take what students do personally. I'm telling myself this, because I be sometimes, but you have to realize when something goes wrong in your classroom, there is something you need to learn from that as a teacher because you are the creator of the environment. You are the creator of the climate in the room. That's really all we do. We create the environment for learning. And so a lot of times when you take things personal and you go back and forth with a student while you got the other 24 students watching, it kind of just throws off your whole classroom management. And then the children say, "Oh, when I don't feel like doing work, all I got to do is whatever that thing is." And then the other children see it too and know, well, he don't have to do work because him and Miss So and so always fussing and fighting. So if I don't want to do work, all I gotta do is, and he ain't gonna get in trouble because all she gonna do is scream at him, and then he still get to have fun. Kids watch and kids know. So y'all stop out there complaining on him about, oh, teaching is so bad. No, it ain't. Whenever there's a problem in your room, there's a lesson that you gotta work on. You gotta learn. And that sounds harsh. And because I've been in workshops when I do trainings with teachers and they get mad at me. Oh no, it's not my fault that they doing such and such and such. It's not your fault. But you are the creator of the environment in that room. You hold the boundaries. When somebody push the boundary, it's up to you to push back. It's up to you to say that, that's not my expectation. This is the consequence. And then if they don't meet it, we gonna keep working toward it till you meet that expectation. I'm not gonna fuss with you. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. This is the expectation in this classroom. If that means I gotta, I don't know, take away everything, if I have to just, we just do, I don't know. You got, you have to use your creative mind. Sometimes I remember in my first years of teaching at the school where I am now, some of the kids, they were so rough that I would say I would give them crossword word searches, seek and find, the crossword puzzles or whatever. Not crossword, but word search. And so I would have those students, okay, if you don't want to do this activity, here's an alternate activity, color and search. So we were doing that, and the kids that wanted to do music, they were up there with me. We were working, they were working. The principal came in, oh no, we don't do seek and finds at this school. I kindly sat there and and then I told her, listen, this is the way I do my class. And if you're gonna come in here and try to run my class, that means you're gonna have to come in here all the time and teach it. So either you want me to teach it or you want to teach it. You can't run the way I do my class. Right now, this is working for us. And using learning words and finding words in the word search, that's helping your students right now. That's helping your students with fluency, letter recognition, reading, and I gave the rundown to her. But the thing is, that was the way I had done my class. I put those boundaries in place. I didn't have to send anybody to the office. I didn't have to scream. At the beginning of the year, I was screaming and yelling and screaming and yelling. And then then those people that were doing the word search, they come and say, "Oh, Mr. Demby, I see they playing the piano. Can I come and join?" Oh yeah, come on, let me get them started. And you finish your word search, and then I'll be right over to help y'all so y'all can get started. Or I say, one of the students, hey, can you show him what I taught you? And they, oh yeah, come on, we do it. Da, 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 da. And so I'm telling you, that's what you have to find ways that will work for you. And sometimes I know you get fearful of the administration coming in and telling you this and telling you that. But listen, sometimes you have to stand up to your administration too. So even when I say that's a boundary also, standing up to your administration and letting them know, like, you hired me to teach this class, and I'm gonna teach it the way I know best. If I haven't been calling you all the time, calling the office all day, having you to be coming down here, if I found a way to keep my students engaged and in class, it might not be engaged the way you want, but it'll start, they are here with me and we are working. Everybody in the room was working. And she came in, oh, no, we don't. Girl, you the one interrupting my class. We working. Get out. Thanks. No, I'm just playing. And another time when my principals used to come in my room, I said, we reading in the books. You get down there and help him, and you help him read, and I'm gonna come, we all laying on the floor reading. Can you help him? And you try to do two of them. And I had them down there reading. And then even when the superintendent used to come out, hey, Dr. So-and-so, come on, we reading today. You want to come on and help? And he got to go point to the stuff. So, you just have it, set your boundaries, set your rules and rituals and routines and expectations. Okay? And I feel like you will be all right, teachers. You don't have a classroom management problem. You have a boundary problem. And I just want to say this also with burning out. Don't get into that. Just saying yes to everything. You do not have to go to every soccer game and every football game and every bad. You don't have to leave your work at work. You don't have to go to everything. The bottom line is you don't manage 25 individual personalities. You manage the environment, the expectations, and your own response. When the boundaries are firm, fair, and consistent, classroom management will take care of itself. And can I get a amen? Amen. Y'all remember where the spirit of learning is, there is liberty. And I promise the next time y'all see me, this stuff will not be back here. This will be a clean office.